is thin, and something's breaking through.
There are stories found in nearly every culture on Earth. Stories of people seeing themselves, not in mirrors or in dreams, but standing somewhere else and just watching them. They are a perfect copy, only silent and motionless. And according to legend, seeing your double means one thing: death is close. The word Doppelgänger comes from Germany. It means double walker. For centuries, people believed every person carried a second self, a copy, a shadow. And if that shadow appeared before you, your life would soon end. Some saw the double themselves. Others had their families witness it first. And the most terrifying part? Many of these stories were documented before tragedy struck. In 1860, shortly after being elected president, Abraham Lincoln experienced something he would never forget. Late one evening, exhausted from campaigning, Lincoln rested on a sofa near a mirror inside his home. At first, everything seemed normal, until he looked up and saw two reflections staring back at him. One was real, the other was pale, dead-looking, like a corpse pretending to be alive. Lincoln stood up immediately. The second reflection vanished. Shaken, he stepped closer to the mirror. Only one reflection remained, but when he laid back down, the dead version returned. His wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, reportedly believed the vision was an omen. One reflection represented his first term. The second meant he would not survive the next. Years later, after winning re-election, Lincoln was assassinated. Years before modern psychology existed, another man reported seeing himself. The English poet Percy Shelley claimed his double appeared multiple times before his death. One evening in Italy, Shelley walked alone near the sea cliffs outside his home. Then he stopped, because someone was standing ahead of him, someone with his exact face. According to the story, the double spoke.
How long do you mean to be content?
Then it disappeared. Not long afterward, Shelley drowned during a violent storm at sea. Some believed the apparition had been a warning. Others believed it was waiting for him. In Russia, one legend terrified an entire royal palace. Servants reportedly rushed into Catherine the Great's chambers in a panic, because the Empress was already sitting on the throne. But Catherine herself had never left her room. The real Catherine entered the throne room moments later, and according to witnesses, she saw herself staring back from the throne. Terrified, she ordered guards to fire. Gunshots exploded through the palace halls, but the figure vanished. Weeks later, Catherine the Great was dead. In Ireland, people feared something called the fetch, a spirit double seen shortly before someone died. Families claimed they saw loved ones enter rooms, only to discover the real person was miles away. Then came the message, then the accident, and then death. And suddenly, the impossible encounter became terrifyingly real. Science calls these experiences hallucinations from stress and sleep deprivation, a trick of the mind. But science struggles to explain the cases where multiple people saw the same double. And that question still lingers. What if the stories are true? What if somewhere, walking just behind you, there is another version of yourself waiting to be seen? And if you ever do see it, will it mean your end is already near? Maybe doppelgangers are nothing more than stories. Maybe the human mind creates patterns where none exist. Or maybe, throughout history, people really did see death approaching, wearing their own face. The veil's thinning, and the next story's already waiting. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell. so you'll hear the next knock from the other side.
You've seen the glitch, but the veil only gets thinner. More is coming through.